Oh, well, oh, I just realized I haven't got the logo. Okay, never mind. Well, listen, ladies, Jacob Butter speaking. Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Review, of which I needed the overlay. It's still on my computer somewhere, but I just completely forgot to import it. My bad. Yeah, a little bit of a scuffed situation. I had an issue with had an issue with my computer screen just deciding to fail multiple times as well. So that's why we're starting later than usual. Aside from the fact that I also just had no idea what to do today, because yeah, for once in my life, I wasn't feeling like Gacha today. We've done quite a fair amount, and I've also been working on some as well myself in behind the scenes today, particularly. So I was like, okay, I also got a new program today, which is also probably the reason why the computer, why the screen failed. I'm going to look into that after this, but for now it's okay. I've closed it all down and it should be working itself out. In any case, what we've so what I've got today, it's also been 5 months since the last Minecraft review episode, and that's pretty significant, all things considered. I just realized now if you're on Discord there, looking for your name. Okay. So to be honest, yeah, I feel like a change today. So I decided, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look back at the channel of Oveq, who is the person responsible for the Legend of the Foxoline Queen, which I think was the last episode of Minecraft that we watched, or it could have been a different one. But yeah, we were really into Foxoline Queen, but much like with other creators, I like to go back to see their stuff from the beginning and see how they evolve, more rather than just going to here. And this seemed like this seemed like an interesting starting point. I say interesting, not necessarily super original in its presentation, because it is another Minecraft series where the characters are moving into a new house. In fact, there's even a famous Minecraft roleplay that aired around this exact same time, called Roommates, that I used to watch religiously. That has nothing to do with this. So I mean, it is a generic title to some degree. So yeah, it's not the Roommates that that people might be thinking of if they recalled the Sky Media days, but it is, I guess, a thing that exists, and it was the first, or at least the oldest video that is currently still available of Ovex. I'm not going to say it's the first necessarily. It looks like this is not someone's first rodeo, but then again, I've only seen a couple of frames, so I guess we'll find out in a second. But first, we'll introduce our guest for today, Dito, who is back for more.
Yes, and I actually invested in a mic stand, and by that, I found the one that came with a microphone.
I was gonna say, yeah, that was quite the investment to make after in 24 hours. Not impossible, but Well, okay then. So yeah, obviously you went around for Foxoline Queen, but yeah, Foxoline Queen particularly was like a further evolution point in terms of Minecraft itself, rather than like going into the animation territory that I'd seen. I think it was like the most, yeah. And this is not that. This is the first production of the same people, so we're going to see what that's like. So I'll just add us back.
That's something they're doing with moving into a house.
The episode is called Moving In, so yeah, and I think that the description said something like the roommates are moving in, like they were already roommates before they moved in, but they are that. So I guess that's the collective. That's what the collective is called. Kind of like how the characters and friends are called the friends or something. So yeah, I guess the roommates are moving in, but will they get along is the question. A question we shall answer right now. So without further ado, on with the review. Right off the bat, I always enjoy a good, panning down shot, which assumes we're going to have a panning up shot afterwards. Most likely a reference to AFMouse Content and Catface Studios, because that's kind of their signature thing to start a new series. And even new episodes, actually. The pan to the sky is iconic. The panning from the sky is usually reserved for the beginnings. So we'll see.
This is a nice background, like a background setting.
That is true. That's one thing that Minecraft definitely has over Gacha, is the ease with which you can even make new sets in the first place.
Yeah.
Whereas Gacha couldn't give us custom background.
Like while looking for my project, I had to settle for like the basic room you see in some stories because I couldn't find another one where it was like single beds, like facing sideways.
Yeah, I have made a point to not use the single bed that like everyone uses in any of my gacha videos, but yeah, it's even then, yeah. Let's see, make stuff in our own. Let's see, make stuff of our own in Craft Mine. Yes, that's that exactly. I remember there was one video that Afmal made that was talking about the advantages and disadvantages of Minecraft, Roblox, and Gacha specifically for starting new role plays.
Hey, little bro.
What's up?
Or MCDV as they're called now.
What's up? You're about to move into your first living place without mom or dad. Trust me, I know it's scary, but it's really fun.
I don't know. It just seems all too fast. I mean,
I know. I was in your shoes a few years back. I get
My goodness. Okay, yeah. So I appreciate they're trying to do the car shots, but someone only can only last a second because the car, I guess, has a set speed.
it. But Al, it's a great opportunity. I actually had to pay full price for that place when I was in it. You've got
Right, so he's moving into the same place that his brother moved into before? Okay, that's a new angle at least, because so far this expedition hasn't been that stellar, to be honest, because we could put the piece together anyway if we just saw the character show up at the actual place. But anyway.
I wonder if
So
there's gonna be a conflict between at least two of the dorm members.
at least two, possibly. I don't know how many of them there are.
At max, all of them.
and can meet some new friends real easy. I promise, it's not as scary as you think.
you know I hate that name.
Is that the only thing you heard in that sentence?
I mean, the rest.
It's the only thing I didn't hear in that sentence. What was the name again? I need to roll that back.
Friends real easy. I promise, it's not as scary as you think.
You know.
Wait, no, it's further back.
I mean,
I know. I was in your shoes a few years back. I get it. But Al, it's a great opportunity.
Oh,
I
just
actually
Al?
had to pay
Okay.
full price for that place.
I don't know
when
why
was
you'd
in
be
it.
so pressed about
You
someone
got
saying
one
"ow."
heck of a discount and can meet some new friends real easy. I promise, it's not as scary as you think.
you know I hate that name.
Is that the only thing you heard in that sentence?
I mean,
It was so far back, I had to scroll a significant amount to get there.
and the rest of it was some canned, generic, you can do it crap. So,
In my opinion,
yeah,
the owl
just,
should have been a bit more emphasized rather than just sounding more like an O.
Yeah. Oh,
Alan,
again, I
come
missed it.
on. Suck it up and have some fun for once.
I'll try, Matt.
Okay, I gotta appreciate one thing. I have briefly driven cars in Minecraft because we use them for in Mania's Yandere High School series. They just kind of like said like, oh yeah, this is what we're doing. We're going to school. I guess we all drive ourselves. I guess that's the age demographic that we were in. And I had never used that mod before, so I was absolutely terrible and crashed them all over the place and couldn't figure out the controls. So I appreciate somebody being able to do that. There is a chance maybe this is like a different mod and this is like just a model who's like moving back and forth. But even then, you have to angle yourself correctly into those shots. I imagine that would have taken, at least a few attempts, unless the person is that skilled.
I'm almost there, so I'm gonna hang up. I'll talk to you later.
All right. I'm looking forward to seeing how your first night with him goes.
You're
Okay,
not gonna
so
see how they're
he said to the first night, I'm going to hang up, which implies that if the call, which incidentally was a Discord call, but was in the car, but the call started before we got it into the car and then ended, and it's still going on after he has disembarked. I don't know. It's a crayfish car mod is pain. I think it might have been that one, most likely. It wasn't turned on again. William's on the ball for this. Okay, this is the part that I scrolled through to see what this was kind of like. I heard that cough and I was like, wait a minute, why did someone cough in the middle of the soundtrack? What was that supposed to be? Just sample audio, I guess.
Great. Door's locked.
Oh, okay. I would have had personally had like the text thing like appear in some way rather than like, after this frame has started. But fair enough. And again, we've got today's your big move, which means we didn't need the conversation with the brother earlier, or we didn't need this. But anyway,
You'll just have to wait. One of your roommates should have the key.
Are you supposed to like get the key?
well, yeah, like if yeah, I was gonna say if you would think that each of them would have a copy of the key, and they would probably be given that at reception or something.
Mm-hmm.
You locked out too?
Oh, yeah. Just waiting on one of my roommates.
Oh, same here.
I think I know what's about to happen.
So, have you met them? Like, your roommates?
Nope. All I know is that they need to get along. I hate conflict, you know?
Right. There was apparently some time that I could have gone and met them, but my brother said not to. Just to add to the fun or whatever.
There was for my room.
Oh well, that's that seems like a really bad idea, but okay. Well, at least talk to them, on a group chat or something. That'd be, a nice icebreaker.
I missed it.
At least like have their phone number so you can text them to hurry up.
Very true, yeah.
My brother wanted me to go. He definitely wouldn't have let me sleep through it. He's the one that kind of forced me into this. Said it'd be a good experience and all that. His friend's dad owns the building, and I guess by some rule connection that let me get a pretty decent discount.
Even though he paid full price, somehow you got the discount, but his own friend didn't prior to him. What?
What?
Okay.
I mean, if you get a discount, don't diss it.
I wasn't dissing it. More just... Yeah, I guess I was dissing it.
If anything, that was the silver lining.
Because like before you move in, you gotta know your roommates to make sure you guys like don't like have conflict constantly with each other.
Yeah, it is good to ask like, at least a few like preliminary questions as well.
Mm-hmm. And meet a couple times before.
By the way, that Camp Karika shirt on there, that might be like foreshadowing of some kind. Or again, if my theory is correct, this is not the first rodeo that Oveq had. Maybe that was reference to a previous series that is no longer available.
I'm gonna go check if anyone else is here yet. I'll see you around.
See you around.
Short answer is no, but all right.
Guess I could go grab something from the store.
It does look like it's the middle of the night. Might just be a cloudy day, but it does seem like you got here either super late or super early. I'm guessing early because no one.
Place your bets on what he's gonna get from the store. I reckon a drink.
Yeah, potentially maybe some food along the side.
Or he's gonna buy a book.
Yeah. I guess to pass the time, that makes sense as well.
Hey, are you moving into the apartment?
Into the apartment. Yes, what a great thing to say to someone in a store that is unrated to said apartment.
Jeez.
Sorry, people keep
In a different
Like
building.
in my opinion, to make it more, if it was to make more sense, I would have put it to where when he was leaving the apartment to go to the store. Because imagine you just a random person, then someone says, "Are you moving to the apartment?"
Yeah, I would feel like that was like some sort of spy code or something.
Or maybe he just meets everyone he meets at the store with "Are you moving into the apartment?"
Hello, my name is Name It. You're moving into the apartment. Oh, it's really nice to meet you. Moving to the apartment. You want to know how to get to the station? Yeah, it's like it's 2 blocks down. That's down the right. Then you have to get to the station. Then just look ahead. Then you can't miss it. Are you moving into the apartment? That'd be chaotic and funny, like Roomies was, which is an MCTV show I watched on the GJM Studios channel. Ah, there's more of these. Well, maybe we'll take a look at that some other day. Which makes me mad on some level. I mean, yeah, I will say it's not the worst. I've definitely seen far worse. I think Mystic Hills version 2 had the worst shot composition I've seen in a while. Actually, no, My Passion has that. So never mind. Yeah, forget I said that.
On me. But, yeah, are you?
Yeah, I just can't find my way up to the room. I've got the right address and everything, but...
Wait, you think the place is in here?
Yeah, is it not?
Are you stupid?
My
Here we go. First conflict, I guess.
dad said I was pretty close to failing my IQ test or something.
You can't fail
an
an IQ test. Yeah, as we both caught on to that. I get, well, that's probably why I was going to get a low score.
Well, the apartment is next door, not in a convenience store. You won't be able to move anything in yet, though.
Alright, lead the way, undercut boy.
Do me a favor and never call me that again.
I go by Al, thank you very much.
You'll have to go up some stairs, but this is the building. We still have to wait for
Why does the building have boarded windows?
That is a fair question. I've seen that like as a stereotype in some rundown places where they want to show that it's like a rough neighborhood, so they imply that they board up the windows because all the glass is broken or something.
If this was a rough neighborhood, on his way to the store, he would have gotten robbed.
Or the store would have gotten robbed when he arrived there, and he would bear witness to it.
Mm-hmm.
Something along those lines. Yeah, this doesn't seem like a rough place, but who knows? We've only been here for a short while. Maybe it's worse than we think, and the brother just neglected to mention that.
Maybe they're just sleeping.
Well, I mean, you would think so. My understanding is that in rough neighborhoods, a lot of chaos happens at night.
So, where are you moving in?
Did you really just...
Where are you moving in? The apartment, obviously.
Hey, no.
The
Please,
apartment,
I promise.
like I told you.
Hey, come. I'll get a job. Hey, come back. Mom, hey. What are you looking at?
Okay, all right. Can we just deal with the pacing of that for a second? So I think the implication was that the character was thrown out of the vehicle, even though he just kind of appeared alongside of it and it just was talking as if normal. Then the performance didn't sell the idea that he was like desperate or something until like the "I'll get a job" line, and he barely even tried to like call off afterwards, just to seal the deal. They cut the line. They cut like any pause or him watching them go away. So there's no time to internalize what just happened. And here we are now.
This guy will either not move as a character or have the greatest character development known to man.
Yeah, he does strike me as the main source of conflict potentially in this first episode.
Because
Not the
if you
exclusive
look,
one, but the
he
main.
has like this world supreme kind of shirt and our golden chain. He's a privileged boy.
Well, yeah, that might be why he got too comfortable with his living style and was thus kicked out physically, literally, it seems, in order to live in the real world. Which, yeah, good design choice for sure. It's just a shame that it's accompanied by some of the worst acting and pacing that would have facilitated that even further. There is actually a thing that happened in you haven't seen Fallen Angels yet, but for the chat who have seen Fallen Angels, one of the first things I criticized that show for was the fact that in the first episode especially there were no pauses or barely any pauses because there's almost like a preconception that if dialogue isn't happening, someone's not speaking, then nothing is happening. If it weren't for the fact that I wrote the script, partially I co-wrote the script for Fallen Angels, then we wouldn't have had any pauses at all, I reckon. What is going on behind you?
My neighbor is riding a motorcycle. I'll just mute.
Not very
That was-
successfully. Yeah, not very successfully at the moment. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so that was one thing that Aiden struggled with at the beginning in terms of editing. Oveq doesn't seem to be falling under that because there are plenty of shots where the character is just walking to a particular place, like in the store, for example, before the character showed up. So there are moments where something is allowed to sink in just visually. So I'm not sure why it was cut so short, as if then in some places it kind of feels like the same issue you have
Okay,
with
I
like
think they've stopped
90
revving it.
fantastic, great. There's stuff situation you have with like 90s dubs sometimes, or 2000s dubs, particularly of media from other countries, because because there's almost like an idea of like, oh well, if there's silence, then people aren't going to be focused, even if the scene relies on silence. I have examples of that, but I think I've run this point to the ground, and ironically enough.
You?
Are you moving in?
Yeah, into poverty.
Well, aren't you so nice? You got the key?
Nope.
Great. And we're waiting on the fourth person.
You guys are writing
Oh, so the fourth person wasn't the girl from above. Oh, okay. All right.
on the key?
Do not tell me you have it.
I had it, but I gave it to the smart guy.
Who?
The smart dude. He went up to our room, I think.
Great. Not only do I move into a poor person life, I move in with idiots.
Called it.
Get over
Well, an idiot.
yourself.
Only one for the time being. But also, what was the time framing of this? So Al, main character, like he arrives, and then goes down to the store immediately. It seemed like IQ failing guy was already down there. But he said he gave the key to the smart guy who went up and is already in the apartment. But that doesn't match, because if he'd done that, he would have done that before Al showed up.
Also,
Are you
can
sure?
we agree in the first place it's stupid to only have one key? Because like, what if the person with the key comes in and falls asleep?
Well, then they're irresponsible people, the responsible person anyway. That'd be a source of conflict. We did already talk about how they should all have keys anyway. They should get them at reception. I hope that they get more copies later down the line.
Sure you didn't give the key to some random dude.
There we
hey
go.
guys, nice to meet you. My name's Sam.
Alan.
He said his name is...
There we go, Alan.
I'm Owen.
Just show us the room already.
As you wish, Your Highness.
That wasn't even a particularly Your Highness moment from him. It was just, I guess, the archetype is so strong, even in universe, they capture it immediately.
Nothing.
And no one closed the door because they're all idiots, I guess. Never mind. There wasn't just one of them that was an idiot. They all are.
Nothing much. Kitchen there, living room kind of thing. That
What do you mean kitchen there? Oh, okay. That's the kitchen counter. Fine.
room's mine. The others are kind of empty. Like I said, not much.
Which one's the biggest room?
They're all the same size from what I can tell.
Sure. I'll be keeping my eye on you, smartass.
I mean, you can check yourself if you don't believe him.
What did I miss?
I'm so
Oh, Sam turns out to be the other roommate. It wasn't the girl from earlier. He has given them a quick tour, by which I mean that we had one shot of the kitchen and the living room and one of the rooms. Apparently, there are three others that are all the same size, but a spoiled guy whose name he hasn't said his name yet doesn't seem to believe Sam when he says that they're all the same size. They're going to be keeping his eye on him, apparently. So, all right. You found an addiction parody that's you and Eli jokingly made. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting.
scared.
What was that? Sorry, I can't hear you over my money.
Can't hear you over my ability to read.
I was going to say, what money? You got kicked out.
I can hear both of you guys fine.
I mean, you could probably sell that gold chain.
Yes. He probably doesn't plan to.
There.
Okay, that was a little bit of a too long a fade, I think. I know I straight up appreciate the pauses, but it's like literally a fade to black, you know, that you don't want to hold on to that for too long.
Still a lot to unpack. Wonder what the plan is on dinner.
I do like how he just has a vinyl player. Very, very aesthetic, of course. It's called Meet and Greet and a Talent Show. Ah, yes, the one that you mentioned. I was like, oh man, I should have signed up for that. I forgot who even hosted it. Hope you enjoyed that. But yeah, what you missed is that 4 roommates have moved into this apartment, and none of them seem to get along right now. That's it. That's the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's our plan on dinner?
For dinner, I could probably order a few pizzas. What do we...
Oh my goodness, Pizza Count! It's back! It got brought back! Anyone remember from My Chick 5 Years Later? Pizza Count? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Ghost Kitty, you might remember that. You've been around for almost as long as 5 Years Later. Oh my goodness.
wanting, like, topping-wise?
I'm fine with just a cheese pizza.
Same here.
Gotcha. Alan, wasn't there some girl across the hall locked out?
Yeah?
I don't mind paying to buy them a pizza.
If they're still locked out, then I guess that'd be nice.
That is a good point. We didn't see her still outside when they came in, and no one seemed to acknowledge her in the hallway or even say hello. So I'm guessing she would have already gone inside, but okay, all right.
Or maybe she just like went to the bathroom or something.
Like, yeah, maybe.
You can do the talking, being that it seems you don't talk to many women.
I mean, he did talk to her earlier, unlike yourself, it seems, Sam, so...
At least I've ever talked to a woman.
You don't seem to talk to many women. At least I've ever talked to a woman, but it's like, what? What kind of comeback is that?
Hey, you guys still locked out?
Yep, none of us have the key. And,
Savannah.
And Savannah says the one person missing is a jerk.
Come on, guys. She
Wait, oh, because so Savannah's already met somebody, so shame because the
think
one
I
girl,
know.
yeah, hated conflict, Camp Carino, or whoever her name was.
can't be that bad.
I think I know if there's love interests, who the love interests are gonna be.
I mean, sure. This feels very like Winx Club-esque in the sense of like, let's have like each person like pair off with someone, essentially. And if they don't have a partner yet, we'll introduce one in a later season. So I don't know.
Reasons. You haven't even met her yet.
I'm hoping that's not where they go, but I would not be surprised if you are correct.
No, trust me. She's real bad. Like, imagine the worst person you've ever
Like
met.
have two of them
but
maybe
times-
pair together. Some more representation.
That would be a good idea. That is true. Yeah. I reckon, honestly, if Winx Club had been made like 10, maybe 15 years after it was, like if it had started at that point, they probably would have gone in that direction with at least one of the characters, if not several. Why does that sound like GK bits? I don't know. Just
Maybe
imagine
it is
saying
Ghost
Les
Kitty,
Miserables
we
like
never
yesterday.
know.
Just imagine the character saying Les Miserables like yesterday. Then you know we'll see how that goes.
And then worse than that.
Alan, you do not know how to talk to girls. Don't let yourself get run over by their conversations. I got this.
What? He was doing fine. They were actively engaged in a conversation. They seem to have like investigated an issue that they all communally have. What's the problem? What do you mean he doesn't know how to talk to girls? Nothing has gone wrong yet. I'm
The
guessing
only
it's about
person
to,
in their
right?
group that I would assume couldn't talk to girls is the rich person.
Yeah, who hasn't said anything in this scene yet. I guess he probably feels like it's beneath him, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
His love interest, if we're going by the Winx Club theory, is most likely going to be it's going to be the girl who people say is a jerk. So I guess we'll see. Which I guess makes him Musa in a weird way. Never thought I would make that comparison.
So, we were coming to ask if you guys wanted some pizza. We were ordering our dinner, and I noticed that you girls were stuck out here, so might as well help out.
Oh,
Ooh, I love pizza. Do you mind getting me medium extra cheese, low calorie, thick crust pepperoni pizza with a stuffed crust, special seasoning, garlic glaze, a swirl of sauce on the top, and a pinch of Parmesan cheese.
All right, change up.
Classic Earth pop. I'm kidding, but also I love the zoom in for that. That was. See, so now they're getting to like the some interesting use of camera. That's for sure.
You order, I pay. I think we're fine with just 2 cheese pizzas.
I like how they made it
Okay.
pretty fast to make it seem like she was speaking a bunch of gibberish to the others, but I could actually understand what kind of pizza she wanted.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's meant to be like necessarily gibberish as much as it is just like she knows exactly what type of pizza that she always orders. I don't know if it's meant to be like if it's meant to be like super fast, then yeah, maybe the actress could have like delivered it a little bit faster, but it works either way. Yeah. Wish there was some music or sound effects. Yeah, there were at the beginning, but not so much anymore, unfortunately. I don't know.
Put some generic royalty-free music in the background for it. Boost the
Yeah,
experience.
if anything, technically speaking, Oveq could still do that to this very day because of how the YouTube audio library works when you actually use the actual library itself rather than it's like, oh yeah, this is a track that's on the audio library, I'll take it from actual YouTube. No, you mean it's like actually go through the the few things that let you do to a video after publishing it. Which reminds me, I'm gonna have to probably take out. I'm gonna have to talk to the Mysteries of the Cult people, like to trim out a particular scene which does not make any sense because I've realized that I accidentally metagamed in the last episode. But anyway, that's for another day. Also, by the way, yeah, the some of them were the gender bent versions of the main girls. Others weren't really even like given that courtesy. And then there was Riven, who just was a whole different character. So you have like the full roster, I suppose, from a certain point of view.
So 3 cheese and a medium.
Yep, we don't need to hear it again.
Oh, right.
Don't you? That was really well retained.
don't-
Yeah, I've forgotten like the whole thing. I mean, I understood it all, but I don't remember everything she said. That's impressive.
If you don't remember,
maybe.
sorry,
Yeah.
you can talk.
I was gonna say maybe he might not be able to talk to girls so easily, but he can certainly listen, and that's something. Okay, go ahead.
In my opinion, if you can't remember what she ordered, like, just hand her the phone and let her order it.
That was the idea originally. Why is it? No, he said you order, I'll pay, and then said we're fine with 2 cheese pizzas. I guess maybe implying that the guys are fine with 2 cheese pizzas to add them to the extras. Maybe that's what he was going with. Possibly. I don't know. If I'm going to meet through going to meet this, that was the thing we were comparing, the soft voices. That was the comparison. Yeah. Also, her name is Savannah, apparently.
I'll be right back.
She shuffled on the ground first. Good thing it was made out of wool.
Where are you guys from?
I'm
Born and raised in Arkansas.
Arkansas. That's the one by France and Russia, right?
What?
No, it's a U.S. state.
Close enough. Well,
Yeah, I was going to say, hold on. France and Russia don't share a border as well. They've got like several different places between them. Huh? What was he thinking of exactly?
Very good. Apparently, he almost failed his IQ test.
I guess so. All right.
Let me guess. He's gonna be the dumb one in the group.
He already is. Like,
Yeah.
like he's proven that by showing up to a department store thinking that was the address of the apartment and saying I'm going to move into the apartment. Yeah. All right.
I've lived in this area my whole life.
Same here. I lived like half an hour away from this place.
How have we never seen each other? I moved here when I was like 8.
What's
Hold on. You move. Oh, I guess you mean you can move to like the location. Okay, fair enough then. Yeah. All right.
What did you go to? I was at that Young Minds elementary place, but my mom took me out for homeschooling until high school.
That did not pay out in your favor.
I went there
Yeah.
too. Funny how stuff goes
Honestly,
out.
if I was that guy, I'd be kind of pressed at my mom.
Yeah. Also, if they went there too and they're after the same age, that might mean that they are childhood friends. Maybe those two are going to be the connection as well.
Maybe.
What school are you guys at?
Hmm.
I'm a-
Or
All
maybe
I can
there's
think
gonna
of
be a
is
case
the
of
all I can
Dumb
think
and
of is
Dumber.
the guy doing like musicals. Like you probably went to Hatchetfield High. I went to Sycamore. No, that scene.
moved out here a while back. My parents like the high school better out here.
I went to Oakview High.
I went to Van Buren High School.
No way.
Wait, Van Buren High School? Wait a second. Is that a reference to what I think is a reference to? What's the next line? Wait a second. I cut them off. What's the next line?
What?
You guys went to Oakview too?
Okay, never mind. All right, forget it. Okay, if people don't remember, the Van Burens are a very important family in The Most Popular Girls in School. I thought that might have been the reference. Maybe it was. I guess we're moving on. Okay. All right.
Good
Also,
news?
I think KW has found her connection character as well. You know what? That's a good thing. You know, in the comments of this video, anyone who's watched this far, leave a comment down below of you know, which roommate are you? there's no BuzzFeed quiz. It's just watch the episode. Tell me which one you are. Anyway. I'm guessing that's how you spell
one or the basic one.
Okay, fair enough. I'm guessing, to be honest, I would probably be Alan in this situation, just because, like, you know, like he seems to be the one who has like all not all the comebacks, because his thing about the talking to him was terrible, but you know, he seems to be like the most level-headed, but also can like give back a sassy remark when required. Kind of like
when I was younger, I used to think America was over Canada.
Oh, I guess you were looking at a globe upside down.
And bad news, guys.
What's the bad news?
Good news. The pizza's ordered. Bad news. I think the last girl moving in is here.
I'm gonna...
I think Savannah's shirt's a pickaxe with enchantment table on top.
It does have some text. I mean, if it's a pickaxe with enchantment table, it's most likely also what was I gonna say? It's most likely also, I forgot like what coding language the enchantment table was in. It's like a specific language that I forgot the name of that they used to have the enchantments listed in. They have since provided the translations because it was just an inconvenience, people trying to actually, you know, get the enchantment that they wanted. So yeah, fair enough then. All right, give me a second. I wanted to when I can add KW in. There you go. Basically the same formation we had yesterday. Oh wait, no, never mind. She's here already. All right.
How did you get that so wrong? Someone who is homeschooled, well, was homeschooled, but now I'm, you know, doing, you know, the lively life stuff. But how someone who was homeschooled got that so wrong? I even knew it was a state. Like, oh my god. Oh.
The difference is he was schooled early in life. Which means he didn't really get the fundamentals in.
I just like, how did you get it so wrong?
Well, you say you didn't get the fundamentals. I will say, as somebody who was in American elementary school, one of the first things they teach you there are the 50 states.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I may not know all of my 50 states, but I at least know Alaska is
They said Arkansas, not Alaska.
Sorry, Arkansas. No, here's it. I get Alaska and Arkansas a little bit mixed up because they both start with the A. So but I still made my point. I know.
Man, what do you think of Alabama and Arizona then?
There are so many Alabama jokes. And Arizona. That's all you need to know.
I have a question, JW. Which jokes are more annoying, the Alabama jokes or the Ohio jokes?
Alabama, because I hear more of Alabama jokes than Ohio jokes.
I guess you are. I guess your state borders Alabama, so geographically that makes sense.
Exactly. It's so annoying. I'm like, every time I hear an Alabama joke, I just stare at them, being like, I have a death note. Do you want to die?
I'll take a potato chip and eat it.
Eat it. No. This is me right now. If I hear an Alabama joke being like, so what is your name? Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Oh, hey, another Sonic shirt.
Show us your Sonic collection.
I can't anymore. Guys, I can't anymore. I
Oh,
can't.
Jacob.
I would have
I
so
was
many
gonna
nickels.
add a reference to you in my series I'm making, but it wouldn't fit the. Should I watch Tweenlight? Nah. You know what? I'll watch some Jacob Margarine.
Go with Esau Margarine. You know, because Esau and Jacob in the Bible. Then you've got like a double parallel.
Okay.
Go grab my wallet.
Me too.
Yeah, but anyways, that's all I need to say. This person
Why are
needs
they
to
both
come back.
grabbing their wallets if Sam is paying? What?
I don't know, but anyways, I'm just gonna say, you disappoint the homeschool community. This strange man that I don't remember his name. How dare you?
Just call him the kid
You
from
know who's
kindergarten.
you know who's actually pretty good homeschool rep? Afmal. You know, she's not perfect at her subjects, but aside from werewolf class, she does well in them. She wasn't completely lost, aside from physically for the first week, but you know, that was part of the joke. Anyway.
Yeah, but anyways, enjoy the street. I am gonna go play some Gartiphone.
Oh, alright, fair enough then.
Yep.
Fair.
I'll be in the background. Take care.
Bye, Sonic.
Okay, bye.
Oh wait, says you said Sonic. It's time to go fast! Woo!
She cast me as Sonic as well, so you know it all fits together.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys move? I don't know if you've noticed, but you're kind of in front of the door.
Oh.
They're really not. They're beside the door.
Yeah.
Okay, this character needs glasses.
I'm sorry. Right away, Your Highness.
I'll,
Oh, so they did a Your Highness joke for both this Vasari character and for Spoiled Guy, whose name has not been mentioned yet. Wow, I wonder what's going to happen between the pair of them.
bring over the
Yeah,
pizza
I
package.
wonder.
My goodness, did Igneo Straffi write this?
See you in a bit then.
I hope he isn't busy.
Again, the Discord sound. I guess.
What's up?
Well, I'm about to go to bed, but I know you wanted to check in or whatever.
Right. Well, how'd everything go?
Okay, yeah. No, Alan is definitely me because I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Hi, family. Want to hear something that's going on? I moved into the house. I don't know what else to report here.
Yeah.
Could be better. Could be worse.
Al's the basic one I was talking about.
Worse.
Go on.
Roommates all are. They've got their quirks.
Yeah, it seems like
Savannah
the crazies are always.
also has to be my favorite too.
Potentially. You know, it's funny with both Savannah and Earthpop. We've had characters who are foodies be the ones who are the most defined at the start. In the case of Earthpop, it became she was the most defined for 4 seasons, but probably with the rest of them, that will differ. That will not be the case going forward.
They've got their quirks.
Yeah, it seems like the crazies are always the ones you end up with.
It was one girl, Matt. Didn't even last that long anyways.
It's a brother's job to make fun of the girls you've gotten over, though.
I guess, but yeah.
Okay, that is what natural exposition looks like. Because I am now curious to fill in those details at some point over the course of the series. Or even if they don't, it's a nice bit of backstory between the pair of them that they can actually share. So it works in either case, rather than like, hey, you're moving into this new apartment. I wish you the best of luck. And I have this experience here. Did I tell you about my time in this building where I paid full price despite the fact that I was a friend of the building and you get a discount for some reason? Yeah, did I mention all that stuff? It's much better than that scene.
Yeah, everything went decently. I'll give it a week or so before I start disliking it.
Gosh, you are such a pessimist.
That's the one thing I'm good at.
Case in point.
I mean, he's giving a week before he starts disliking it. A real pessimist would have disliked everything immediately.
Shush. So,
Hey, whoever's out there, funny thing. They don't include toilet paper when you buy the place.
Oh?
What I'm saying is, I need toilet paper.
I'm gonna have
I'm guessing they have no bidets
to go.
I mean, I'm pretty sure before you go to take a number 2, you realize there was no toilet paper.
Well, that's yeah. If you think to look, if you're just going by like automatically, you just be like, okay, I'm just going through the motions here, and then once all the motions have been gone through, it's like, oh, it's missing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm stuck. Boy, howdy! I've shown my in a sticky wicket. How should I get out of this situation, fellas?
All good. I'll talk to you later, Alan.
So far, the brother has one of like the most like natural deliveries out of all the actors, which is a weird problem to have, actually.
That's a nice moonshot.
Yeah, and a pan up to the sky akin to what Cafe Studios did, mirroring the panning down from the sky that we had earlier. So there's that.
So all that happened in this was they met up. We met a dumb one, a rich one, two basic ones. Then they talked to girls.
In all fairness, they did manage to introduce 8 characters.
It is a pretty solid start.
Yeah, of course. The fact is that some of those characters are the literal exact same archetype as each other. If anything, yeah, it does seem like Winx Club in that sense, because like I said before, some of the guys in Winx Club were the gender bent versions of the members of Winx Club that they got paired up with eventually. Others
Also,
were different, but because they were kind of like devoid of much else to distinguish them aside from them all being specialists, but that's kind of like a group thing rather than like one specific thing. And you have the other camp where they're entirely different personalities. And I think we got all of those in some way. Savannah was a different personality. The Masari was, I guess, the gender version of spoiled guy's name we don't know yet. And with the others, I guess we don't really know them too well because they kind of like they seem just like very casual at the moment. Because like when you first meet someone, realistically speaking, if you're going to engage in that level of small talk, you're going to get superficial stuff. You're not going to get like much about their personalities super immediately. So as much as I say they introduced like 8 different characters, they introduced 4 characters effectively. One of them repeated, and a couple of them sort of on the periphery. 9 if you count the brother.
Also, is this series still going or is it over?
Oh no, this is very much over. This was Oveq's first series, and to my knowledge, is not still airing to this day. Because I reviewed a video from this channel a while ago, but it wasn't it was but that was a much more recent Minecraft roleplay. In fact, it was like the most recent Minecraft series that I had actually taken a look at.
Their first project. This is way better than the some I've seen.
Yeah, this is what I was saying in terms of I don't actually know if this is the first project or if this is just the oldest video that hasn't been unlisted or privated or deleted from the channel. I don't know for sure. Because it doesn't feel like a first rodeo, but it doesn't feel like it's, a polished production that has been going for, a number of years, essentially. So yeah, to answer to when it was, yeah. Oh, so it started in 2019 actually, which is more recent than I thought it was. But yeah, definitely a distinction between the Foxeline Queen, which actually nowadays has 2 new episodes that we didn't that have aired after we started viewing the series. I need to go back to that one at some point. We were doing an abridged series based on Foxeline Queen. So yeah, we're quite behind now. But yeah, Roommates had, it seems here, 5 episodes, and then the next series 4-year plan ran for significantly longer. Oh, alongside a challenge to make a Minecraft roleplay in 3 hours or less. That's an interesting idea as well. I want to watch that video casually and see what kind of techniques I'll be missing out on. That might be fun.
I've never made a Minecraft roleplay, mainly because I only have Bedrock.
Well, I mean, actually, that might be what would distinguish you, actually, because I haven't seen any Minecraft Bedrock roleplays. Not saying they don't exist, I just haven't seen them personally. So, I think
it's mainly
most
because
people
they don't have stuff like a replay mod or like the cinematic camera shots.
Yeah, that would definitely be a challenge for sure. Whether or not it would be a fun challenge is another matter. I guess. I guess I don't know. Oh, apparently, according to Josh, it got cancelled a few years ago, so it was left unfinished. Oh, I thought it was just that they aired 5 episodes, and that was the end of the arc. That was all that they had to do with them.
Damn it!
Honest,
we can't see more of the dumb person's exploits.
Well, we can see 4 more episodes worth of the dumb person's exploits at some point in the future. So, oh, okay. But you know what? I guess Ghost Kid is invested. So yeah, obviously, you lot can check out the full series in the on the original channel. I of course will not be doing so because this relies on blind reaction to this whole format. But yeah, by all means, click the link in the description to the original episode, and then you can go from there to see the rest of them. So absolutely.
Ghost Kitty, don't worry. I'll watch your old Minecraft stuff on my own time.
I mean, now that you brought it up, Ghost Kitty. I mean, okay, it's your old Minecraft stuff, like, is it better or worse than Ghost Girl? Because that's the real question here. I'll leave a second to respond, because that'll be a. I somehow was just like not aware that that Ghost Kitty had Minecraft content. I didn't dig in the channel deep enough.
This was a good introduction video, but some things I really would prefer is if each of the girl characters had a more like defined personality.
Aside from Savannah, who very much did.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why Savannah's the best.
Yeah, I mean, I get by default. Yeah, in terms of the argument of best girl, there is no competition at the moment. We'll see going forward. Yeah. Even then, I feel like even Alan could use like a little bit more than, because he seems to be. It's the case of the burden of the straight man, essentially, where he's the kind of like the person acting the absurdity, which can work in certain instances. The one thing that makes that work is, again, if you give that character something else in the future that will help distinguish them, kind of like like Afmal's competitiveness in the early versions of My Street, and some of her more organic dumb quirks, love of cutesiness, and like several other things on top of that in later series. So she wasn't just a bland protagonist, but she was just much more composed than the, let's face it, caricatures that she was constantly interacting with.
One thing I hate about some fiction is when the main characters or a character becomes like too bland and too basic.
Are you talking about Flanderization?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the term.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that doesn't happen in My Street, but I mean, actually, some things nearly become Flanderization. But yeah, I guess because like the extent there, because I think I guess the history kind of spoke for itself.
But yeah, basically, I don't like when a super like well-written character just becomes basic, bland, and boring.
Yeah. There was a thing that wasn't Flanderization, but it was a thing I called the Afmal Ray, which is where like a lot of characters in like in like the middle era of My Street ended up becoming a lot of them became dumb and cutesy when they weren't originally, in quick succession with each other. Partially because that's how they play them in the mini games, and that was like a whole collective thing that seemed to have bleed into the script to some degree. But I've talked about My Street extensively over the course of this channel's history. In terms of this series, I guess that most likely there's nowhere to go but up, on account of a lot of these characters haven't even had their moment to shine yet. So they need to be granted that first before they even have a chance of losing it. And if there's only 5 episodes, then they're probably not going to end up running into any dangerous territory, because Flanderization becomes more of a risk the longer a show runs for. So with 5 episodes, we're probably in good hands. Most likely. So yeah. Oh, he's got a chance to do it. Don't watch it. Right? Because Gacha story. It's going to be called Vibrant Essence. Fair enough. We'll look forward to that at some point. I need to check out some more of your content, Ghost Kid, because you've been there for years. I've only watched Ghost Girl channel. I know you've made like several other things. I need to get on that at some point. Maybe you'll be next in terms of something to review if I don't immediately forget that I said that. Or if I don't go back to Charity, because Charity, the series, is something I've been meaning to like loop back to at some point for a long time now, and I just haven't got around to it.
When my series
Depending on what
starts, you're
happens-
free to start watching it.
Hmm?
When my series starts, you're free to review it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. You don't have any other series? I thought you had a couple of other things that that came about. Oh, I guess they're more of like pilots, I suppose. Either way, there's something there. There was also another thing I plan to do in terms of Gacha, but it's highly dependent on if I'm able to execute another plan that I've been working on behind the scenes for it to work. That might be tomorrow. It depends. We'll see. But for now, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. Oh, they've been private investing. I see now. All right, and subscribe if you've done so already. And on that note, until next time, farewell. Enjoy the original show, I guess.
Mm-hmm.